Happy Sunday, Tour and Captain.
Happy Sunday, Consuela.
Happy Sunday, I guess. Yes, very happy.
Oh, yeah. Well, it is Sunday for you, isn't it, Captain? Or is it not?
Yes, it's
Okay.
11 p.m.
11
Sunday.
p.m.
Oh,
in España, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Correct.
yes.
Correcto.
Correcto. Okay, we'll see how much Spanish we get today. Maybe, Tour, you'll get to practice that Duolingo.
Oh gosh, that's not a
No?
not a great idea to
No?
try and practice it live. I don't think.
Oh, okay. Well, Captain
I'm trying.
might try. Yeah. Well,
Yes.
I'm excited that we're here with Captain doing our Behind the Brand for Black Nest.
Me too.
Captain has been amazing to get to know, since the panel when we did at MadP. I can't say before that I knew Captain very well. And so getting to know you, Captain, at that point, and then you came to the MadP Unlimited summer camp where you did an amazing blender lesson on machetes. So machete, yes. Everyone who was there knows. Anyway, so I just want to thank you for coming on with us today. I know Tour and I have been looking forward to this. You've had, since that panel, you had a very unique perspective that I really wanted to get to know more about. So I'm glad that you agreed to join us today.
Well, I'm really happy to be here. And I'm happy as well that you find me entertaining because I guess if I were boring, I wouldn't be here, right?
Well, that's probably true. Anyway, Tour, I hand it over to you. Go ahead.
All right. So yeah, I'm also very happy to be here. And before we even get started, I just wanted to say I love this little space that you and one of your friends put together.
Yeah, actually, to be honest, I thought this interview was on Tuesday because of the mishap with the dates.
Yes.
Oh.
So I had some time before. I was like, okay, I'll get this done for Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
But apparently it was today, so I'm happy it worked out, I guess.
Well, that's what Captain and I were sorting out earlier because, the American date format is month, day, year.
Oh.
Right?
Yes.
And in Spain, that's not correct, right? It's day, month, year.
True.
Exactly.
Gosh.
Yeah, so that's why he thought it was Tuesday, not today. So,
Right.
yeah, so,
that definitely makes sense.
you and your friend put together a nice little space. So
Yes.
it looks great.
And I love the
I'm
bird.
I'm glad you guys like it.
Yeah.
Bird theming.
Well, you do love a bird.
I do. Even before getting into the prepared questions, I kind of want to just dig into tell about the bird theming because there's the neon bird, of course. You've got your friend the bird on the seat over there, and prominently this fun little Funko Pop type bird up front. So what's and of course the name Black Nest.
Well, this goes back because I said the other time, right, that we started this store with my friend Will, and we were trying to come up with ideas for the store, right? And we were just throwing names, and we wanted to be this store all black, so black was gonna be there, and he came up with this other concept of nest because it's for homes and decor and furniture, so it's you create your own nest, and that's how Black Nest came to exist. The bird is because I guess it's a black bird, and I really like grouse, and I thought it fitted the aesthetic of what I wanted to do. Yes.
Yeah, and it kind of plays into a pun there, of course. But do you have? Is it can it be considered like a mascot? Does Black
Yes,
Nest does it have a name?
Yes, well, it's Edgar, obviously.
Edgar.
Actually, if you click on it, you can see his name is Figure One. I think Edgar. Edgar
Yes.
Figurine number 1. Yes, because I was thinking of making more Funko Pops of him actually.
I love it.
But yeah, I designed the bird myself, and that's how he came out.
That's awesome.
And then I have to make the neons for an event and all the tiny birds around. We actually have a few crew gifts that is just birds, like a bird lamp. So
Well,
yeah,
I'm gonna have to check out that for sure. I have a thing for birds. I don't
do.
actually like to keep them like as pets, but I always enjoy. There's something kind of freeing about birds, you know. But yeah, so getting kind of started. And this is always one of my favorite things to delve into with really anyone. But how did you first discover Second Life? What got you here? How did you find out about it? What was your first experiences like when you got to the grid?
Well, I think I joined like many years ago, like more than 10, because this is not my first account. And it was super silly because I had this one friend from university back in time, and she was like, because we were playing Sims, right? I'm pretty sure most of
Yeah.
us come here from the Sims, right? And she
I
said
love
something
Sims.
like, well, Second Life is like the Sims, but you can interact with each other and you can have friends, and that was it. And that's why I joined. It was because it was like dress up game, but you could talk to people, I guess. And back in
That's cool.
time, my English was horrible, so I thought maybe if I forced myself to talk to English people,
Oh,
I
wow.
could I could improve, you know.
I would
And
say you've
that's why.
improved. I didn't even know you back then, but your English is amazing.
Thank you.
It is. Did you find it useful to that end? Like, I mean, was it a kind of useful trial by fire at learning another language?
Oh yeah, because back in time I was studying my English major, so I was like, well, I cannot actually advance in my major if I don't actually practice the English,
so
right? So
it kind of just
yeah,
gave you an ocean of people to
Yes.
bounce off of. Okay.
exactly, because obviously my surroundings were all Spanish people, so I needed an outlet of English people that I could access and practice.
Right. What drove you to take on an English major in Spain? That
That's because most of Spanish people are horrible at English, so I was like, maybe I can teach.
okay. So
But like,
so you wanted to become like a language educator?
yes, an English teacher, yes. Well, that
English-
didn't happen, obviously, but I finished my major at least.
Well,
I
that's
also
awesome.
have a graphic design bachelor, so I guess that actually helped me a lot with Second Life, obviously.
Yeah. Although you did stick kind of to your educator roots, you're just teaching a different subject now. You did that panel on teaching a bit about meshing and such, right?
Oh yeah, that was fun. That was fun. The time flew by. I didn't notice that it was 1 hour already because I was actually having fun, and I guess people were having fun as well.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
I
know
think
I
that-
was definitely encouraging him to do that. He was streaming it live on Twitch, and
Yes.
I just thought he was really honestly good at it. I mean, he's entertaining and he's good at it. So I was like, oh, I hope you do this more often because I would tune in.
Definitely. Yeah, it's.
Should.
I think that taps into something primal people have of just wanting to create and express themselves. So I can definitely.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I think people definitely always have fun when they're given kind of given permission to do something artistic and given some guiding towards that. So, of course, you mentioned that you had that concept of black and wanting to create things for the home for Nest. Did something kind of inspire you to want to make furniture? Was there just like a gap of things that you didn't see the particular aesthetic that you wanted, that drove you to want to venture into creating this specifically with Black Nest?
Well, before Black Nest, we used to have another store called Anxiety. I'm not sure if you remember. It's very antique, and we used to make like backdrops, right? It was just backdrops. We didn't release a lot of
I
furniture.
do remember that brand. I do.
It was mostly backdrops and skyboxes, and it was aesthetic was completely different. It was all over the place. It was like a bit creepy. Then it was neon, but it was fun, you know. And at some point, my co-partner didn't want to continue with anxiety, so Will came in and was like, okay, then let's make a brand together because you know how to mesh. I don't specifically like meshing. So if you make the mesh and I make the texture, then we can actually have the store, and that's how he came out. Yes.
Well, I kind of have a follow-up question to that. And Tor, I don't know if I'm going to ruin your flow with this, but this is like it's early in that. So far, we're like 10 minutes in, and you've already mentioned having like a co-creator, well, Will, and then somebody else, right?
Yes,
with anxiety.
And
but last night when Tor was like, "Is he going to bring someone?" And I'm like, "No, he's a one-man show." And then you told me you were a one-man show.
I remember.
And so that's why I'm like, okay, so tell us more about the partners that are no longer, because I know you said that you're a one-man show because you are so like you know, what was the word you said?
Opinionated, I'll say.
Opinionated. I'm too stern. I'm too control freak. Actually, they're gonna continue because I'm too, you know, I'm a control freak. I have a very rigid schedule. So it's like, if we need to work on this, we're working on this. It cannot be later than this. You know, if I want to decide things, and if I don't get my way, I get very aggravated about it. So I understand that I'm hard to work with. Yes.
So did you drive them away?
I don't think so. Okay. I think Will wanted. I can't speak for them, but sure, I know Will wanted to. Will wanted to work on his own store, obviously, which I totally understand. Yes.
So he has
this happened
his own
like
store
3
now.
years ago. This is fourth wall.
Oh.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Like half of the mesh. Well,
makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
I love fourth wall too.
Yes.
Yeah, for it's Will. Yes, it's him.
Yeah. Are you and he still friends?
But yes, of course.
Okay,
He's actually watching the interview. Hi, Will. He. But my other partner, he got burnt out. He just couldn't continue. It was too much pressure, too many events, and it's just he couldn't do it either though. And Will more or less the same. He also got burned out, and he just wanted to go to his own pace without the pressure that I put on them, because I know I'm very hard to work with. It's the truth, man. I'm self-aware. Nobody had to tell me anything. So that's how it is. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm good friends with them.
Good.
With them both, obviously.
I'm glad.
Sometimes I mesh for Will if he needs help. I mesh for him, and for some events, yes.
That's awesome. Yeah, I thought that I remembered you mentioning something about that from the panel, and that's why when we were talking about setting it up, I was like, doesn't Captain have like a? I think you mentioned the creator over at Fourth Wall, and I could not remember it for the life of me. So appreciate that clarification.
he's part of the history of Blackness, so he's always gonna get mentioned and credit where it's due. I mean, Blackness is what it is right now because he helped me, launch this store, because I was, I didn't know much about furniture or decor. I was more into buildings and skyboxes.
Right.
So in order to get my flow of work into, furniture was kind of hard at the beginning, yes. But he pushed me, and it was cool of him, yes.
That's awesome. And so you kind of inherited some of the meshing skill over time, probably learning from him on that. Okay, very cool.
I watch a lot of tutorials. I watch. What I actually like to do is just when I'm not meshing or working or in Second Life, I actually go to events or I go to other stores and I see what's out there, or what can I actually bring into Second Life that is not already made, because I don't like repetitions. I don't like we're here in this kind of world that offers you the opportunity to be creative and to be
Yes.
unique. So I don't really like making the same things as somebody else.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
I can inspect their stuff and be like, oh yeah, they do this like this. I'm gonna compare of how I do it myself. So maybe I can improve. Like
Yeah.
you have to be always learning in this job, I guess.
Yeah, and that kind of makes me curious too about your chosen aesthetic because I'm very partial to minimalism. I find the geometry of it very aesthetically pleasing, but at the same time, the fact that you say that you want to like stretch the limits of creativity in SL because it is so freeing. Minimalism seems like an interesting choice to go with there. So what drove that? What attracted you to that kind of aesthetic?
I think it's because when we started, there was very little of minimalism, and then I was getting into the trend myself, like learning about minimalism and how to make it like move it into another style. That's how I came with the eclectic minimalism, because I try to make my own versions of other styles. Like
Okay.
I have Japandi or boho, or I have some how do you say, deluxe. And
Yeah.
I like making everything into minimalism, like
Yeah.
subtracting into the minimal essence, and that's how I came up with the releases, I guess.
Okay. That makes sense.
And I have to say, I love your release for the Bohemian event that's going on right now.
Oh gosh, yes.
That's how Tour and I are outfitted today because we were there yesterday. So, and I'm like, and then I'm like, look at what Captain made.
Yeah, I grabbed that instantly. I was like,
Yes.
oh, that's beautiful. Admittedly, that event really hit a sweet spot for both of us because that's very much our aesthetic. So
I can tell.
I bought an absurd amount.
That's
Oh,
good.
dear.
That's good. Support
Yeah.
the creators.
Yes. So, outside of running Black Nest, I know you mentioned that you go to events, but you also
Yes.
kind of go to events. You said like kind of in searching for ideas. I'm curious, outside of any of that, what do you do just for like recreation or fun around SL? Like, what do you do just when you have the rare and forbidden free time?
I actually don't have much of that, unfortunately,
I see.
because I'm taking more and more events. So I leave one event like, okay, I'm set up, and then my mindset instantly goes to, okay, when is the next one?
Oh my gosh.
So even if I'm taking it easy, I'm actually thinking of what I have to do, when I have to do it, and
Gosh,
I
that
barely
sounds
have free time.
you have to have a certain kind of personality to just be, constantly one goal after the other without a break. Like that is intense.
Yeah, I think that's why my other two partners go kind of burned out, because I kept going. Once
Yeah.
it's done, and they were like, "Okay, it's done. Now relax." And I'm like, "No, now we need to think of what to make for the next event and when it's
Yeah.
gonna be done." And then so I understand that is a bit intense. Yes,
But
it's not for everybody.
yeah, but I mean, the way you talk about it, it sounds like it's more. You seem to engage with it, even though it is like a significant, job. Effectively, you seem to be engaging with it more with the passion of someone who, looks at it as a hobby, as something that you are actively doing. Because I know, like when I'm into something, if I like achieve something, I'm immediately like, okay, but I want to do more.
Yes.
And that's, I mean, that's a beautiful thing if you're if it just tickles that part of you so much that you're thrilled at jumping onto the next thing and getting paid to do it, like that's the
Right, I
dream,
mean,
right?
I mean, if you enjoy what you're doing, it's not a job, right?
Right.
But I always say that in the current climate and what is going on in the world, I think we are very lucky to be
Yes.
able to do this, right? So
Definitely.
I'm never gonna take it for granted. I'm gonna be
Mm.
doing what I can and improve what I can to be able to keep doing it, right? Because if you take something for granted, then you're like, okay, I'll do this, but I always like what I'm doing. I always enjoy it because there's another thing that I take on many styles because I'm eclectic, right?
Yeah.
So I like to bring all these styles into my own perspective, into this minimalism. And I always think like, okay, would this piece fit with another piece from another creator, right? Because obviously customers don't always shop at your store alone, right? They always try
Yeah.
to go to different stores. So I'm like, would my release right now can complement another release? Or that's why I like theme events, right? Because like the boho one,
Exactly.
Mm.
where you can do your own thing and then you don't compete, you just add
I
onto
agree.
the whole concept.
That's
Why I really
exactly
like them. Yeah.
that's exactly what I'm seeing when we went to the boho event. Like tour, when we were walking through it yesterday, I was like, okay, so here's Captain's, and I was like, I'm gonna be reimagining one of the spaces on our sim, and I'm
yeah.
like, I'm gonna use this from Captain, and this goes nice with it too, and I would just go down the
Yep.
stalls, and everything just went so nicely together. You can redo a whole space with the collection of designers at that event. So I completely get what you mean.
Yeah.
And
However,
well,
would
I
say that-
also
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no say that I also like to make all my collections. They're sold separately, right? I know it's a lot of work, and some designers don't like to spend 20 more minutes setting up every one of the pieces alone, But I like to do that because I like to offer, the chance. If you don't want to buy the fat pack, you can just buy this tiny thing that you really like alone. I'm not forcing anybody to buy the fat pack just because they like one thing, So
Yeah,
that's another thing.
I would say I definitely appreciate that. But yeah, some creators, it is definitely more work than they want to put
It
in.
is more work.
But I was gonna say, the bohemian sort of theming is it is a little bit unique in that style lends itself very much to mixing and matching.
Yes.
Whereas other aesthetics are a little bit more opinionated and a little bit more kind of set in what they're wanting to be. However, one of the beautiful things about like a minimalist style is if you can match the coloring, a lot of times it can still blend into just about anything. So I think that hits an interesting niche as far as like being compatible with other creators in different ways.
I mean, I like to offer ads as well, right?
Mhm.
That is a lot of work, obviously. But I mean, I like because I usually go like black, white, then maybe red or navy. But for certain pieces, that doesn't match. So I have to add 4 more colors that I don't like, especially. But they're there if people find it useful,
Yeah.
I like to offer options.
I'm glad you offer colors you don't like.
Nice suffering.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of the stuff is the furniture is mod, so if people really want, they can flip it over to white. And while it doesn't always look perfect, you can tint things pretty readily.
Actually, I've had like 5 people coming to me because they wanted my furniture in white because they wanted to model themselves, and I had maybe an off white or a bone white, and if you tint that, it's not gonna work,
Yeah.
right?
It takes
And
adjust things weirdly.
and I do it for them. I don't mind. I just get the furniture, I retexture in white, and I send it over, and they're like, "I'm gonna pay you." It's like, it's fine. Don't pay me. I like when people just can do whatever they want with their furniture. They always end up paying me. I don't ask for it, you know. And it's really no bother. Like people, some of my friends like, "Oh, you're too nice for doing this," and I like, I don't mind, man. It's just okay. Of course, it's more work, but I don't mind. It's in all, we have to be thankful for the customers that we have. So,
So, and I kind of want to shift gears a little bit and dig into the first life of Captain. So, of course, you mentioned from Spain. Spain's, varies loosely, not pinning to address, but loosely, kind of what part of Spain?
I'm in the south
South. Okay.
west, I think, very close to
Alright.
Portugal, actually. Yes.
Oh yeah, Southwest. Very nice. Very nice. And you've been there, your whole life then?
Yes.
Um, some part of me wants to touch on a subject that I'm really fascinated in, and this is only because I noticed you wear your opinion on your sleeve, even in your Discord profile, and I am very appreciative of
What
of
did I
that.
miss about that?
But it yeah, I kind of want to touch a live wire here a little bit and ask
Yes.
like how are things like pulling out of like the Franco situation and such, like because that wasn't that long ago, and I'm really curious like what scars have been left and like how that resolved. Yeah, partially because I'm curious on how to shut it down here, but anyway.
I'm very, very opinionated. Like my friends, Will, and my other friend from Anxiety, they both know I'm very, very passionate about hating this guy in particular.
Dude, same.
Like they don't actually mention him because they know I'm gonna start, vomiting my hatred against this person. Because I know, I always tell them, because we've lived that shit here.
Right.
We had it for more than 50 years in Spain.
Way too long. Yeah.
And I know my grandfathers and my grandmothers, they all lived through this dictatorship, right? And I know their stories. I know how they lived with just bread and water. That's all they had. So
despite all the promises of it, supposedly going to be enriching everything and all the empty propaganda. Yeah,
yes, it's just all propaganda. I mean, I know that when he died, there was parties all over Spain. We actually have a meme about it. When he was like, "Españoles, Franco ha muerto." Then everyone just went to party. and I think just because of my upbringing, because I come from a very small town, and my father is a farmer,
Yeah.
I'm very leaning towards the left, let's say.
Yeah.
When I was a teenager, I was in the communist youth and all that stuff. Obviously, you grow out of it, but
was there
yes,
like forms of like resistance and such that you're like aware of, that kind of that you might recommend reading into further?
Well, I mean, I know that kids nowadays don't know shit about what happened, and this other part of the youth is at least in Spain, they're kind of tapping into it, and I'm like, don't do that, because you don't live through that. You didn't live through that. Your parents didn't live through that, so they don't know how hard it was for all of us. nowadays we have our government is preserving the democratic memory of these places, the concentration camps that we had, or the places where they dumped all the Republicans, and it's still a hot topic around here, actually.
Yeah. One of the reasons that it interests me so much is because, in America we oversimplify a lot of things, and
Yes.
The fact that this happened in other places besides Germany specifically is a huge blind spot. And there's so many other lessons that can be learned, because there are scars all over Europe.
Yes, exactly.
So I really appreciate you humoring me there, because I am also very passionate about it. So I couldn't help but inquire there. So
I will tell you that we still have a pretty nice scar at all of us, because back in time, Franco wanted to be in friends with Hitler, and what they did is that Franco moved our time zone to be the same as Europe, but geographically we should have the same time zone as the UK.
Right.
But we don't, because Franco wanted to be friends with Hitler. So right now it's 11:30. It should be 10:30, but it's not. So our government is trying to push that back, and I think next year we're gonna go back into the right time zone.
Oh wow!
Good.
I had no idea about any of that.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
Because they don't want this thing to keep perpetuating the memory of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Which I agree.
And it also, just as a practical matter,
Yes.
it's just bizarre to hold on to that.
It is very bizarre, because it makes no sense. Geographically, we shouldn't have this time zone, but it is what it is.
Thank you again for expanding on that. So shifting into safer territory, of course.
I mean,
yeah, I know, but so in First Life, do you like, are you attracted more to kind of the same style that you create in Black Nest, like in your own furnishings in your house? Do you lean towards kind of the same color palettes, the same minimalism, or do you have just a totally different aesthetic?
I mean, it's totally different because of the Spanish culture down here, right?
Oh, okay.
So it's not that I would love to have the actual freedom of have all this furniture, but since we're down here and South Spain is very, traditional in that sense, our furniture is also kind of old.
So is it about accessibility then, and just
yes,
okay.
Yes.
So then, it's just not available. What about? Are there any parts of like South Spain, like culture, aesthetic, etc., that creeps into your work here in any ways?
I don't think so. I should actually do something about it.
Yeah. He's like,
that's a great idea, you see.
Yeah,
it's a great idea. I should actually bring the Spanish minimalism to Second Life.
I would love to see that.
Create an in your vision. Yeah, say this is.
That's it.
I think that would be fantastic. Okay, cool. And you said that you had kind of graphic design, I believe, as a education or degree in that. What were you planning on doing with that before you got sucked into the grid here? I know you were primarily planning to be an English teacher, but also picking up graphic design is an interesting.
Yes.
I want to do this as well.
I actually did the graphic design first, and then I entered the English major. Yes, I worked in books. I was editing books and I was editing magazines.
Oh.
I did a couple of posters, CDs but yeah, I was like, okay, I'm not that much into it.
it was more for helping out with print on things and arrangement.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
okay. Very
But
traditional
well,
sort of graphic design work.
yes. But well, now I'm studying criminology on the side.
Oh,
So
and what do you want to do with that?
I don't know yet, but I'm very interested in working in prisons and with prisoners as well. Yes.
Explain like
Obviously,
that.
it's on the side, and I study when I don't have to work, so my free time is not really that much. But I'm very interested anyway. So
How would you describe kind of the prison system over there? Obviously, here it's different and
Yes.
not great, but I don't know much about how things are in Spain on that regard.
well, in here, there should be a lot more reformation because the prisoners don't. I mean, prisons are for people to be reincorporated in society, right? They should be
Ideally, yeah.
having
That's the
the
goal.
help that they need, and in Spain, that's not the case. For example, we only have like a one prison that is for the criminally insane, just for the whole Spain. So you can have a lot of dangerous people with the general population in these prisons. And there's a lot of a lot of altercations happening inside the prisons. So, yeah, I would like to work like to better that system, to help people to help themselves who are inside and they just lose hope or they're abused by the system. I would like to work with them, yes, to give them another second option and, to keep going at least.
Remind me after the interview to get you a link because I've done a video essay on like modern police and prisons and such, and you might find it interesting.
Oh yeah, that'd be very interesting.
Yeah. It's very difficult to system to change from the inside, but I definitely admire your drive to do so.
It is very difficult. I know, but just if you can help at least someone, then you're making a change.
Yeah, for sure.
a person.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If you did manage to get like some sort of substantial position there, like would that supersede your work here in Second Life, do you think?
I think so, yes, but I wouldn't stop creating, I think. I'm hooked on it.
Okay, you just stop sleeping. You'd go full
Yes.
in.
Exactly.
You'd full in on Vermin Bucks coffee here and just not sleep.
I mean, sometimes that happens. Sometimes I sleep like 2 hours and then just
Wow.
Oh my god.
my roommate is like, "Why are you up?" I was like, "There's an event. I need to work." So I sleep when I'm tired, I guess.
Oh my goodness. Captain. Oh.
I know a lot of people don't have that drive. If they're late and nothing happens. But it's the principle, man. Like, I cannot be late. I'd be ashamed of myself
Oh,
for
wow.
for being late. I cannot. I get this itch in the back of my head and I can scratch it. It's like,
Yeah.
So you've never been
I'm
late
doing
to an
that.
event?
no,
Oh.
Oh,
Wow.
no,
that's impressive.
not on myself. At least.
Yeah.
Like
One of
I was working before for Collabor and I was done and I was talking to Will and he was still working
Oh,
and he was like, "There's still one day left. Don't be so early." I was like, "Well, I have to be early because I have to work on
the
something."
next one.
gotta work on the next one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely can appreciate not wanting to be, late and to always fulfill your commitments. One thing that I try to always do is because I definitely don't have the same drive to occupy all of my time exactly, but I do try to be cogent of my own bandwidth and
Yes, you
not
are.
overcommit.
Yes, you
And,
are.
I've tried to get Consuela to be better at that, and she's gotten better at that.
I am an overcommitter. I like to exceed bandwidth often. And apparently I also have a very bloated inventory, which is why he has this little trophy for me here on the side, which we didn't call out because as a throwback to the Mad P Unlimited camp, there was a workshop on inventory management. And Captain, did you know this? Did you know about this workshop?
Yes.
You did? Okay.
Yes.
And so it was a very enjoyable workshop. I believe the name of the presenter was Erie Doll, I want to say. And she did a great job. And, it was fun to hear about how you don't need your slink feet anymore, or your like Lola Tangos, or your fat ass attachment. All right. Like none of that's making a comeback. It's okay to delete it. And so, among other things. So then Captain gave me this award that he had made, but you made this like, what is the story on this trophy? You didn't make it for camp, right? Or did you?
No, that is for my collabor released, because it's supposed to be academia stuff, back to school. So I made a couple of trophies. One says Ultimate Hoarder, I think it is. The other one is Best Procrastinator.
Oh, I need that one too. Both of those are me.
Another one's yes. So I made a few that are relatable, I guess.
Yes. So it was funny because I was sharing some gyazos with Captain last night about how I don't have my machete that he promised, and he's like, "Oh, you need that hoarder trophy too. Let me get you that as well." So just because he could see the over 200,000 inventory number. Yeah. So,
yep.
So definitely need the procrastinator one. I will put these out, showcase them proudly in our home. So thank you, Captain. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. I mean, I'm not surprised that people didn't learn much from this workshop, because after my workshop, nobody knew anything about nothing. I kept asking them, and they were like, "Okay, I'll give up. I'm just gonna listen to this." I said, "Okay." I have to be here for another 20 minutes, so I just keep talking, I guess. But I finished the machete.
Machete. I can't.
Machete.
I was not trying to be a distraction, but he was like, and you weren't, Captain, I didn't think you were doing like intentionally anything on purpose with the way you were saying it, but all I kept hearing was machete. And so I had to say it, and then the group just grabbed it, and then it just became all about machetes.
And then I kept repeating it just for them.
You did, just for that. And people loved it and loved you. And I am a habitual Blender watcher. Like, I already go to Blender class and I watch Poe or Augusta, right? And one of these days I will actually, like, make something in Blender. But for right now, I'm just like, I'm still feel like I'm kind of intimidated by all the things, all the different tools. Like, I know I have to have good geometry. I know I don't need a bunch of vertices. I don't know which tools do what as swiftly as like you or Poe does. Because sometimes Poe will pop quiz us on what tool do you need for this? And I'm that student that just fades into the back of the room and waits for Tour to answer. Because I don't remember what tool I need for that. So
I don't think I would be able to answer that question either, because I do everything like automatically, just like with shortcuts or whatever, and I know what the shortcut does, but I don't know the name of the tool. So
Yeah.
So I'm still very intimidated by Blender, but I have not given up. I'm just on a very long learning path. That's all. I will one day create.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. All right. So let's see. Kind of touched on a few of these already, so it's this is kind of an interesting thought, which is so when you are trying to like design a piece and compact it down into kind of the minimalist aesthetic. And this is maybe a little bit awkward to answer, but kind of curious what your kind of thought process is on how to distill it down. Like when you're conceptualizing a piece, how do you strip it down to what you actually start designing?
what I do is like, well, I first I get the idea, right? Then I try to find a reference that I can use, and I put it in Blender. And then once it's in Blender, I try to block it out. You know, I start making cubes and blocks and stuff. And then once I get the shape, that is what I work with, and I try to make the shape as, let's say, as easy as possible. And that is how everything can be deconstructed into something less. That's
Okay.
why my slogan or my motto, whatever, is less noise, more depth. Because I know people like clutter, and I
Yeah.
know a bunch of decorators. They just love putting everything together, and that's it. It's decorated. But I don't like that. I like to fill a space with the least pieces possible.
Yeah,
So
I think
whenever I try to make a release, I try to make it in a way that you can decorate it just by using my stuff,
Mhm.
but also filling the space of the room or whatever you're doing. I know
Yeah,
it's intricate, but it works.
it does. It really does work. Um, and that makes a lot of sense. Just blocking it out, and that kind of speaks to me a little bit as someone who originally was, before sculpts, before meshes, um, had to build just with the basic primitives.
Yes.
The way you approach this, like looking at these chairs and couches we're seated on, looking at this table in front of us, like it, obviously it looks way better mesh and with the rich texturing and such, but it also is the shape of it
Exactly.
infinitely achievable with the basic blocks.
Yes. Exactly. That's the concept. That's the core concept of this story in here. That you can actually make something with the basic shape. And that's how I work with.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. And I appreciate you explaining that that tagline too, the less noise, more depth, because I found that very kind of captivating when I was reading up a little bit and read your like store profile and such, because and not even a lot of stores seem to have like a tagline or a subtext to them, so that's also very cool that you've got that.
Well, my Second Life profile is better. Please don't go to Discord and read it. Discord is more professional, because my Discord is just for...
I know. It's just for you. I know.
Yes.
Now everyone's going to want to be Captain's Discord friend so they
I
can
know.
see his profile. Yeah.
I actually have a Discord server, so people are aware, I guess. I do giveaways and all that stuff in the Discord.
Is your Discord server linked on your card website for Black Nest? Probably is, right?
Yes, it's also above your head.
Yeah.
If you click on the Discord, that's the Discord, yes.
So aside from the aesthetic, when you're building a collection in particular, do you ever like envision and try to convey a particular story, or do you really just try to focus on keeping it kind of self-contained, can stand on its own, and isn't trying to necessarily push its vision and its message into the space it's decorating?
It depends what I'm doing, because I already have in here like a few sections. If you come around, I have the outdoor section that is the bushing. I do all the outdoor stuff more or less within the same style, but with different pieces. So for that one, I can just make a standalone piece because I know it's gonna match the rest of the collection. I have my more like vaporwave neon stuff that is also on a whole section. And if I'm working on a collection for that, I know is gonna fit something else on my store, so I don't have to be super hyper focused on making contained collections, right? I like that, to make my own style. Like I have also a kitchen that is all within the same style as is modular, so you can just mix and match, because I really like modular stuff. I like
yes.
the giving the option to the customers. I obviously always give a soft linked version if they're too lazy.
I
But
appreciate that so much, by the way.
I do
it's,
too.
I know it's a pain in the ass for a lot of creators, but oh my gosh, it makes it so nice as a consumer to just be like, Blanc, this arrangement looks pretty good. I just need to twinge it a little bit to kind of fit the room, and I'm done.
That's not even it for me. Like, I look at the picture and I'm like, I love how the creator put this together, and then all I have is pieces, and now I gotta like put the puzzle together, right? It's like if I
Right?
could just res it out of the box the way the designer intended, most of the time it's good to go, and I'm done. You saved me so much work. I love soft linking.
Yes.
it takes a lot more time because you only mesh one piece, right? For example, in my modular circular stuff, it's a pain in the ass to, match it the angle, to make the circle. So I know I don't want people to go through the same pain, so I give it something.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
As a consumer, we speak for the consumers, then we say thank you.
I'm glad you appreciate it.
And I want to toss something in here just real quick. I did go to your card website, Captain, and I don't see a link for your Discord. Do you have a
then I
Discord
would add
link?
it.
Yeah. I just see Main Store Marketplace in-world group. You have your Instagram, your Flickr, your Facebook, your email, but I don't see a Discord. So I can put that out there to folks. I see you typing in-world, so let's see.
Is that one?
There we go. All right, I'll grab that and toss it in the chat. And I will join it because I am a collector of servers. So thank you.
You are. I joined it also.
I have it in there, some kind of exclusivity VIP, that if you are also in the in-world group, you get a special tag in the Discord group.
Okay, nice.
I always love a VIP tag.
You definitely do. You
I like
collect them.
collect them. Because I
It was-
am blacklisted. It's official.
Yes.
After he did his machete tutorial, I was like, done. I'm surprised I'm not in this group already. Please blacklist me. Yes.
Now you have like 15 group gifts that you can get from the wall.
Fantastic. I'm
If
going
you
to have to
don't
go
have it
get
yet?
those. No, I haven't.
Yeah, I always tease her because it's always like, and you can get this discount if you're like a VIP member, which you always are. And I'm like, but I have to pay the like peasant price, like some kind of plebeian.
In Blackness, you get 10% back or 10% discount.
I love that.
yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
I mean, I for the group gifts, I have skyboxes because it makes sense. This is a decor store, so I give free boxes so people can decorate them.
Yeah, and so, and you've cammed over to the group gift area,
I can.
Consuela?
No, I was getting situated on the server. Okay, I see the
Oh, yeah, of
builds.
course.
Then on latest releases. And am I camming around the wrong way? Okay, hang on. I see what's for the Saturday
Goodness.
sale. Which way to the Saturday? Oh, join the group. Yep, I took the long way. That's how I operate. But here I am.
That's okay.
Okay. Yep.
You got there in the end.
This is your sign.
Okay.
Click it. I love this. I love your attitude, Captain. I really do.
Yes.
I'm glad you enjoy it. I wanted to be a bit edgy, a bit extra, like make it look into cultish, sort of, like give the sort of VIP treatment for people, like join the nest, be part of something.
Yeah, you did it. Oh, look, he even has a bakery. Did you see that tour?
Yes.
Yes, it's a cookie.
Oh,
But
what?
I'm.
A cookie is a cat that is beefed.
Oh, I see that. How funny.
Like
Go
I
ahead.
know I usually make like serious stuff, but I also have fun making these little
Yeah.
trinkets, you know,
You've got
like
to.
the brooches drink or
Yes.
the cookie.
I am enamored with the Blackbird mascot lamp.
I can give it to you. It's free. It's
Oh
it's a
yeah,
good gift.
yeah. I joined up with the group because I want to
Oh,
get
then
it
you
out
can get of it.
specifically.
Yep.
Yeah, but that is an amazing design, and I love the multiple variations of it, especially. So you have the wall lamp, the floor lamp, and the ceiling lamp, all in the same style, and that is such a beautiful thing. I cannot tell you when I'm trying to illuminate a space how frustrating it is that I cannot get lamp collections most of the time, and I have to
Mm.
scramble to find things that kind of look like they'll work together, but that is great. So,
Yeah, I love that. I'm going to be expecting to see a bunch of Blackbird mascot lamps around our builds
Nice.
because
yep,
he definitely loves a bird. No joke.
I do.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see. So, yeah. So your approach to the marketplace. One of the things that you mentioned on the panel that I wanted to kind of delve into a little bit more was your very rare decision to, and by rare I mean other creators don't seem as keen to do this, to revisit previous pieces of furniture and kind of update them to use some of the more newer, tech, or maybe refine the design of it a little bit. Like, what what's your process for deciding like when a piece needs updating? Do you ever find that you need to more substantially reimagine it to even keep it functional? Like at some point, I imagine that it something might have changed so drastically, either with your own mastery or even with SL tech, that some part of it has to be left on the cutting room floor. Or am I off base there?
Yeah, is most likely because, well, with the PBR, I get customers saying, "Are you gonna update this? Are you gonna update that?" So I have to do it, mostly because I look bad at it and I was like, "This is trash. I'm not gonna sell something that is trash."
Mhm.
So what I do, I keep the old one in case I know some people are not still in PBR though, but I
Mhm.
offer the legacy textures and then the PBR in the same object so they can see it. But when I look at something and I'm like, I could do this better, man. It was 2 years ago. Now I know things that I didn't know back then. So I'm gonna remake it. I obviously try to give a different color set or a different vibe to the same mesh. But it's just because I can't stand it. I just look at it and I was like, I could do this better, and I'm gonna do it better. And every weekend I try to update something to PBR.
Do
And
you feel
then
like
for
it's
the weekends,
mostly just textures that you modify, or do you ever have to actually get into the mesh itself and retool anything?
no, because I've been meshing for 10 years or something, right?
That's
So
valid.
mesh.
His mesh is already amazing, is what he's saying.
All right, got
So,
it.
well, I try to learn as much as I could, but
Yeah.
my issue is that I never textured
Uh,
until Will left Black Nest. I didn't texture at all. I have to learn everything myself. Like, how do I do this? How did he do this?
right.
Because even in Anxiety, I didn't texture either. So
Mhm.
my texture is like I'd be like a few years behind,
Right.
and I always try to improve in texturing. I mesh. I think I'm at a good place right now. I'm
Yeah,
very
I'd say.
picky. Like I explained in the workshop,
Mm-hmm.
the how to look at a mesh and know it's a nice mesh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because most of the time you just go around and you see complete monstrosity.
Yeah.
Like I can't even look at it because it's gonna lag my computer.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So I think mesh is okay, but texture are not. I'm still learning, and I'm still. I actually 1 year ago, 1 year and a half, I sent out a survey to my customers in the group, and some of them said, your textures could be better. And I was like, you're right.
Oh.
They could be better. And I did my best to better those textures. I always ask for constructive criticism because that's how we improve. That's how we learn,
true.
and that's how we grow. So
That's true.
it kind of opened my eyes like, hold up, they're right, like this could be better. And that's how I go by updating really old sets.
What did you use to run the survey? Was that just sent out via group notice or Discord, or?
Oh, it was in the group notice. I said to convince him that I was gonna give 500 lindens in store credit if you send me the no carb.
Okay.
Very motivating.
So I got
yes.
yes. So I got a lot of feedback in that survey. Yes.
Yeah,
and it was useful. Some people told me that what style they liked, what kind of things they would like to see more.
Yeah.
Some other people said, "Dude, your textures are trash," and that's fine as well. I mean, that's how you improve.
Very bold customers though, like
I
taking
know.
the 500 store credit and being like, "Your textures are trash,"
I know.
but I want to buy more of them.
Oh man.
That's actually the case because they came back for more. So
Of course, they had the 500 credit. Why wouldn't
Right?
they? It's fantastic.
I actually like a very open dialogue with my customers because, like I say, at the end of the day, you're doing this for them.
Right.
So
yeah,
they have the last word.
Yeah, and that's a really good way of getting feedback. I respect that for sure. Huh. Cool. Okay, so when you're wanting to start in on a project, obviously, when there's like a themed event, that kind of tips the scales. But even in those cases, like, where do you start to look to try to come up with an inspiration for a collection? Do you dig into like art? Do you go to cinema? Do you just start browsing around? Like what inspires you?
I mean, for events, I think I first go to Pinterest. My Pinterest is a mess.
Oh,
It's a complete mess. It's been for 10 years already, so you can find all sorts of unhinged stuff in there. But I really like to make the boards, right? And then I get to see the pieces together and I'm like, this works, this doesn't work. So I unpin, I bring something else, this works. Okay, this is fine. And then I start with the concept, in mind to visualize how it's gonna look in Second Life. I mean, some events they already give you the Pinterest board, so.
okay.
But that's how I start, yes, of course. Unless it's Halloween. Halloween is I'm gonna be inspired by music, by cinema, movies, books, everything. Because I really like creepy stuff.
Okay. What are some of your go-tos for Halloween, for creepy stuff? What
Well,
are some of your
I have to
favorite creepy movies?
say he taught his. First of all, he taught how to make a machete, number one.
Oh, of course.
And then he showed up as, was it Jason? Is that the one? I don't do horror movies. So he had the mask
The mask and
on. He
everything,
was
yeah.
in like a crouch. He had blood. Like he showed up ready to teach us how to make a machete.
Hello,
It was a
students.
camp.
Right. It was a summer camp. So of course we're going to, be creepy and
course.
whatever. Yeah. But no,
Well,
it
and
fits.
Jason was absolutely the summer camp killer. So
Yeah.
That works.
I think
I really like that stuff.
I think that reference was lost on me because I'm not a horror movie person. Like I know that's I said, I was like, I think that's Jason. Like I'm old, right? So like I know Freddy Krueger, and that used to scare the shit out of me. And then beyond that,
the dream guy.
and beyond that, I back away from the horror movies. So
Okay.
I'm limited in my knowledge on that.
I'm very passionate about the Saw franchise.
Okay.
You know, Saw.
I know the name.
Yes.
I already
Jigsaw.
I actually
Not a
have
jigsaw.
Billy. Yes, I
No.
have Billy the puppet tattoo on my arm.
Oh my gosh.
You know Billy the puppet?
No.
He's the creepy one that goes in the tricycle. I have that thing tattooed on my arm.
Mm.
So
Wow.
Wow.
I really like that franchise. I really like killers that have, a reason to kill. The slashers are fun because it's just killing for no reason. But I like the psychological aspect behind it, yes.
Yeah, and Saw is very interesting because it usually gives the victims kind of a little bit of agency in ways that
Yes,
slasher films don't. It's a very disturbing kind of agency, but
So now this is me like turning on this couch looking at Tour going, I had no idea you were into horror as well.
I don't inflict it on you because I know that you don't care for it. But
That's
But
nice.
like
See,
you're
that's nice.
speaking from a place of knowledge, but I know you know a lot of things. And so this is a whole other side of Tour that I wasn't dialed
Wow.
into. So thanks,
And so we're gonna
Captain. Look
review
what you're
Tour
doing
now.
for us.
and I'm on the same wavelength
So,
as
Tour,
Captain.
what's your favorite horror movie?
Captain's turning the tables. It's Captain's interview now.
I have to say 1408. I found that to be a really interesting one because it was a lot more of a slow burn and seemed to delve more into the mind of John Cusack, the kind of
That's true.
ghost hunter guy, and it wasn't like it was like actively trying to even kill him. It was just getting worse and worse, and keeping him trapped there. And I just the premise of it and the way that it was presented were both really interesting to me in that respect. So yeah, I also just like I liked the way that they were able to frame it, where his inability to just leave the situation was plausible, because that's something that a lot of horror films fail at. And you're just like, okay, if all this is happening, just go. Like, what are you doing? And it's hard to suspend disbelief when they can't. Saw movies get this right as well, because they also cannot just leave. And they share the kind of the same DNA as 1408 in that it all takes place in the room. You don't have complicated changes of setting. You just deal with the situation here in this space that you become intimately familiar with, and the changes that occur there can be unsettling. So I really think that works well as kind of a psychological horror.
I'm more interested in psychological horror. Yes, I mean I also like zombies.
Okay, yeah.
It's more silly, I guess it's more silly. It's less scary. It's more laughing, I guess.
It can be. Zombies. Those can go in a different direction as well, depending on who's running it, because zombies are often a stand-in for just like an other, or for sometimes they're used to convey a sense of oppression or something as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so they can delve into some things, but sometimes they're just absurd.
Sometimes they are, like Zombieland.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure Consuela would like that one. It's not even horror; it's just comedy, I think.
I was trying to remember what the name of the zombie one was that I did watch, where he was a zombie. I think there was a plane. He was in love. And I forget what happened. There may have been two of these zombie movies. I don't remember what it was called, but I did watch that. Do you know which one I'm talking about, or no? No?
But it sounds very familiar.
Not enough detail on that? I'll have to look it up.
No, I don't know that one. Or I'm not really.
All right, I'll ask ChatGPT. I'm sure it'll come up with the name.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, I do have a bit of creepy stuff on the side there. I actually, for last year, I made a coffin that you can sit on it, and I have a few stuff. Like, I know my store is it needs to keep this aesthetic, right? But always in Halloween, I try to have fun myself, like.
Cut loose a little bit.
Yes, I try to. I have a creepy door as well in somewhere there. It says "Do not enter." The typical zombie door.
Yeah.
It's animated and all the stuff. Yeah. Can't wait for October.
And I don't know if either one of you are watching the chat, but are you? First of all,
No.
Well, second of all, Zach Hexum is in the chat, and Zach he's often in the chat, and Zach is one of our watchers that wants to make sure we honor the Speedo commitment, which we have not.
Yeah, I know.
From the 500 mark, and we're approaching 600, so we're gonna have to do one of these interviews in a Speedo in order to catch up. But
Oh, nice.
we might have to do that tour so we get it done. But he was proposing that at 1,000 subs, that I am forced to watch horror and a reaction video is made.
Nice.
Specifically, they suggested watch The Saw.
Nice.
Oh, that's right.
Perfection.
He did say that. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and obviously, for that would have to start with the first one because it.
But
Yes.
how many are
establishes the
there?
premise.
11.
What?
Yes, it's a whole franchise.
Oh
Yes.
no.
But
No,
the
no.
first one, if you look at it by just have in mind gay Titanic. If you have those two words in your mind, you're gonna see the movie completely different.
Interesting.
Gay Titanic when watching
Yes,
Saw.
yes,
That's the
Yes.
strategy to get through it.
yes. It's
Okay.
actually true.
Okay.
I will. I want to watch it again now.
Oh no.
You will see that it's practically Titanic for horror fan movies.
Okay.
Just saying.
Kind of imagine.
I
Yeah.
think ChatGPT helped me with the name of the movie. Do you want to know what it is?
Yes.
Yes.
Warm Bodies. Does that ring a bell?
Oh,
Warm Bodies
think
from
I've seen the title.
2013. A zombie romantic comedy called Zom Rom-Com.
oh, okay.
So that's
No,
my
I haven't
level of
watched it.
zombie, just so you all know. Which I'm sure you're not surprised.
Well, the other one that is pretty cool is 20 Days Later. That's really cool.
That sounds familiar. I'll have to look that one up.
It's happening in London, where an outbreak of monkey rabies goes off. But that one is a bit gory, though. There's a lot of gore horror in that one.
You know that for whatever reason, I started thinking about was it American Werewolf, whatever that one was, the super old movie.
Yes.
I remember
Yes.
that as a child, and that is probably where my aversion came from
Oh,
for horror. Like that one, I still remember. I still have images, scenes of that movie that were just too much for me. So,
I mean, for a
anyway.
child.
What?
I mean, it's a lot for a child.
Yeah. I don't know how I wandered into that, but it is what it is.
I mean, my father used to like so we watch it together. So
I also have
when I
to
was a
say,
teenager.
I can't say that it is my absolute favorite, but it is one that I love very, very much. The Devil's Backbone.
Yes.
Excellent film.
Okay. Yes.
Del Toro and such, and that one is I really enjoy the way that it tells very real stories, touches on very real things, but uses kind of horror, supernatural elements as part of conveyance. So let's see. Aside from the Saw series, do you have any other recommends that you toss out there? Just curious, because you seem like
The
a little
movies?
bit of a cinema buff.
Well, I really like one, but it's very weird and I don't know.
Please tell me.
It's called Mother.
Mother.
It's Jennifer Lawrence with Javier Bardem, and it's very weird. I can't explain what it is because I will spoil it. It's very psychological mixed with horror, but it's very interesting. It's very nice.
That's one I haven't heard of. I will give that a watch.
Saying it's nice and knowing it's a horror movie don't compute for me.
It's just called Mother.
I get it.
So
Sounds like Tour and I might have to check some of these out, and I'm probably going to watch it through my fingers, as that's usually what happens
Well,
in horror movies.
it's not as horror as towards the end is where everything starts to crumble down. Yes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Very good, very good. Kind of got off the rails a little bit there. but
Kinda.
Sometimes that's how it is. Kinda. I mean, it makes sense though. Like, absolutely committing to every piece of furniture you make being black. There's gonna be some darkness in there. There's gonna be a little bit of, you know, spice, a little bit of looking into darker things.
I guess I didn't. My mind didn't go there, and I guess maybe sometimes I just have more of a simplistic view of things. Like maybe Captain just likes black,
Yeah.
I mean, I do like black.
and you're like, no, it's deeper than that.
I've been always like, since I have memory, a metalhead, and you know, metalheads only have black in their wardrobe. We only wear blacks.
Yeah,
There's nothing, either black or band t-shirts.
yeah, and I do have metalcore in the background for you. That's just going. I'm actually really enjoying it.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, no, it's not bad at all. Actually, I can definitely appreciate some metalcore.
When it comes to metal, I have to admit, I like the more colorful kind. I lean heavily towards progressive metal, which I know is kind of a bastard version, but I enjoy it.
I mean, when I was a teenager, of course, you have this version of me versus the world, you know. So it's all like super screaming.
Yes.
and a lot of splits and a lot of cursing. But then when you grow old, you just lean into other stuff, of course.
Yeah. It's kind of. I gotta say, like I'm currently camming around the store a little bit, and it's kind of interesting to look at some of this furniture, which all is very kind of, generally speaking, cozy, welcoming, and stuff, and then, you know, putting the fact that your mind is, you know, you've got the metalhead aesthetic behind you, and you've got a love for horror movies, and it's that incongruence is kind of cool. I appreciate that.
I actually have the pink bird up there. It's because I started like a soft line, and it's all like pink and kawaii and all that stuff, because
That's amusing to
I
me.
think the pink aesthetic is just, it soothes the brain when you see something that is just pink, and you know, it's just nice to look at. I mean, I don't
And it
have
really
nothing
pops
against
in
it.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does though, yeah. And
So-
you said this is going to be kind of a line that you're actively cultivating.
Yes, it's soft line because I started to do other stuff, and I was like, this is getting messy. I need to. Well, this store, how it is right now, that is some sort of gallery. That was my intention, because I get super claustrophobic when I go into a build and everything is like
Yeah.
everywhere, and it's not a nice feeling. So I was like, well,
Yeah.
this store before was like that. It was like super crowded in the middle. So it took me like several days to come up with the concept of meshing everything, and then putting together all the sections. I have teleporters where you can go from one section to the other. So because I guess some people don't like camming, right? So just go into the teleporter and it bring you to the place. And I know it's kind of bare compared to other stores, but I like it this way because it's like your focus should be on the furniture I'm selling, not my store.
Yep.
And actually had a designer 2 or 3 months ago. He was around here, And I was like, oh, dude, you're the guy who makes skins. And he said that he wanted to do his store like mine because he liked how I had put my booths outside and all that stuff. And he was getting, a similar idea to make the same with his store. And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. Let's check it out. I mean, it's easier for you to see,
Mhm.
So that's why it's like this. I mean, it's some sort of gallery
And I
by
think
sections.
Tour and I have commented on we like stores like this, where there's
Yes,
room for your
definitely.
camera, there's room to cam around, there's room to like you said, to focus on the item. It's not about the build of your store.
Right.
I
Yes.
find stores with a lot of with an actual build and a lot of little like rooms and alcoves, it gets really easy to get lost in there.
Yes, exactly.
And so I just like to be able to easily cam, and your store is definitely set up for that. And again, as a representative of consumer residents, I thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
In addition to like camming out, I also definitely appreciate, and I know, this is a byproduct of making more efficient mesh, having the actual items all rezzed out, or as much as possible rezzed out. I like being able to see the thing in the actual world, not just a picture of it. So that's also very
Yeah.
appreciated.
That is also to sort of avoid bad reviews in marketplace. Because I know some creators don't cultivate the marketplace or whatever, but mine is up to date, right? And I always put, if you want to see something, just go to the main store, because obviously it's a picture, it's a very small picture, and if you're trying to see the details, you're not going to be able. Or they leave you a bad review like, this doesn't look like what I thought it would. And I'm like,
Right.
have you gone to the main store to check it out in person to see if you're liking?
Yeah.
And that's how I sort of avoid the bad reviews. Like, okay, well, you didn't see it in world, I can do anything for you. I mean,
Right. It's there. Come by, take a look. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So I definitely appreciate that very, very much. And again, like if stuff wasn't efficient, or if you overcommitted on like making your store cluttered and very decorated, then you'd be competing for GPU cycles and stuff
Yes,
to render
absolutely.
the furniture itself.
It's actually, you can, when you go to places and you're coming around and then you're coming into, let's say, a plant, and then your camera sort of stutters, like it kind of go, and you can tell that mesh is going to be like 300 vertices, or like a whole thing, like, okay, I'm just going to crash, I give up, you win, I crash, and then I come back.
Or Consuela's 300 land impact chandelier.
I believe it was
Oh.
255. So don't round up. So I don't know that Captain knows that story, and I'm going to tell it because you brought it up.
Please
you
do.
can't bring up
Please
my
do.
255 prim chandelier without the story. So this was on my original account, which you know what? One of these days I'm going to res this fucking chandelier so everyone can see it in its glory, because I still own it, of course. And so I was a new resident. I was so excited to rent a place in SL. I had moved to the penthouse. I remember there were towers on the beach. And this is back in 2007, right? 2007, 2008. So if you can imagine what that looked like. So I was so excited. And so I have rent, I have my prim allowance, and then which I ignore. I'm like, I just don't pay any mind to
Got a
it.
place. I'm set.
I'm decorating it. Now, obviously, these things that I have to decorate with will be mindful of my prim allowance. No. So I res the chandelier that was amazing. And at the time, my landlord was a pimp. So, I figure that's
no.
pretty standard SL back then. He was a pimp. He was blingy. He was blingtastic. And he was amazing. And I remember one day he came to talk to me, and that avatar's name back in the day, it was Faith. And this one's avatar's name was Faith too. And so he would come talk to me, and he's like, Faith, you see that chandelier up there? I'm like, yeah, isn't it fabulous? He's like, that exceeds your entire prim allowance. And I'm like, what? And then he had to tell me, he taught me a lesson, because back in the day, 2007, they didn't have any orientations. I was dropped from the sky on like a non-English speaking sim as the girl next door avatar. I flew hoping I would fly off the sim, which did not happen. So anyway, when I finally, moved on up in the world that I could then figure out how to rent a place and whatever, he had to come teach me what a prim was. I remember him rezzing one out. He's like, this is a prim. And then he gave me a lesson and he's like, that is multiple prims. And I had to take it down. And I was very sad because it was perfect for my penthouse apartment.
Oh, I love that story.
I mean, I'm sure even now there's stuff like this stuff.
Oh, there is.
It's because I know some designers do not care about the prim limit, or when they upload it, it's like, okay, whatever, this is it. If it's 20 prims for a mirror, then it's 20 prims for a mirror. You cannot do anything. But I know a couple of years back we had this joke with, it was like a plant, and the plant was 500,000 vertices, and I think it was like 50 prims or something like this.
Jeez.
And whenever we wanted to mess with someone, we just rest this plant.
Oh yeah.
And so they would like it.
That would do
Oh
it.
no.
Oh, my
So
goodness.
like for my stuff, I'm always checking if I can do something better. Like I said in the workshop, in order to make something look nice, you don't really need that many vertices, because it's just, you need to create the illusion of the detail with the texture, because that's what happens in the game industry,
Yeah.
But I guess Second Life, anyone can create. So even if they don't have this basic notion of how things are supposed to be, they can upload it and they can sell it. And I know customers are not like educated to find out if something is good or something is bad. They're gonna just buy it because it looks nice, even if you res it out and it kicks you out into the space because of the lag,
Yeah. Or it takes up your entire land impact allowance.
It's like you're just raising a plant and it's 50 prims. Now how are you gonna decorate if you have 50 prims in a plant? So
Yep.
I'm very mindful with that stuff. Yes.
And nowadays when I decorate, I always marvel at how low the land impact is on things. And I do often think
lot of
about
times,
my
yeah.
chandelier, and I'm like, wow, this entire thing is like 5 prim, and that chandelier was 255 or 225, one of the two.
Yeah,
The whole thing.
and that was that was before there was like sculpts, I think, too. So all of the detail work was like separated prims that were linked together. Oh goodness. All right, so let's see.
This is
So-
Tor looking over his notes.
Yes, exactly. So, of the things that you have created, Captain, would you say that there is a particular collection? And I know this is going to be hard to zero in on a single one, so you could broaden it to say that it could be one of several. But is there a collection that you feel really is like the essence or signature of Black Nest, like the minimalism of minimalism, like that you would say is the like actual quintessential what you're trying to do?
If he says Kawhi, I'm going to fall off this couch.
Yeah, the pink
No,
stuff.
actually, one of them is called Leija. He's over there. He's like broken columns with neon, and there's some modular sofa. And there's some
that one at?
creepy pictures. It's on the side there. Like, I have all the living rooms, and then I have like a big platform for more obscure, dark stuff. And I have Leija. I have all my creepy stuff in there.
Oh, okay.
And I think that one is the one that encapsulates the Blackness spirit. How would I like if someone asks me what is Blackness, I will just link this collection.
Okay.
It's in like
Do you want to lead us over there? We could take a little tour, a little walkie tour.
Did I
yeah.
find it? Because I don't have area search on. I'm on alchemy, so I don't have area search.
oh yeah, that one.
He's
yeah,
gonna
okay.
escort us.
Oh, we're getting up?
Yes.
Okay, let me get my
We're getting
camera.
up. We're going for a
right.
little walkie tour.
You're going to
This
let me
is,
walk myself?
Oh yeah, sorry. Here, come on.
Thanks.
To your right is the pond that we built this together with
I
Will
love this pond.
and the anxiety co-creator, and we have to keep the. I have to keep the pond because of the sentimental value. It doesn't really do
Aw.
anything right now, but it's still
It's-
there because
It's a
they
nice
decorated, and I was like,
centerpiece.
"That is cute."
Yeah.
There's ducks. And, yeah.
I love the ducks. I love the pond.
It doesn't really match right now the store, but it's gonna stay there because
I kind of think it
Yeah.
does match.
Here's
It's
a-
like a nice little piece of nature in the middle of the store.
Yeah, and the cube parts, I think fit very well with the general style.
Yeah.
so this is like my more creepier, darker stuff in here.
Okay.
Like I really like Beetlejuice. I didn't mention it
Mm,
before, but
mhm.
if you look at it, you're gonna recognize Beetlejuice in here.
Oh
Yeah.
yes,
I can watch Beetlejuice.
And I have usually for October or so, I make this combination of colors like green, the stripes, and black for my stuff because I really like it.
Those are some.
I have
yeah.
doormats that
Oh, you cut out
I
there.
think you
says
cut out.
"Never trust the living."
Oh,
dead
I see
inside.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I like this. So this is what you would say is
That's the,
what you would convey as Black Nest. I like this.
yes.
Very good. Very good.
It's more darker stuff. Like we have the
Yeah.
witches and the
Witches
creepy
over-
door that is animated.
Over here.
Yeah, the door is at the end here.
Yeah, I
Okay,
see the
yeah.
door. Yeah.
I also have the church, the Gothic church.
Okay.
I see that. Yeah.
I like the door. Okay, I gotta do it. I gotta sit on
Go
the
ahead.
door. All right. It's a.
You can see
Oh,
as well,
just-
Consuela.
I
Oh.
see
For
that.
both.
Get on over here. Yeah.
Oh, you can have
Okay.
sex on there, so let's be careful with that.
Oh, well, yeah. I think this is just. I think we can just do, nice things. Okay, cool. Neat.
Oh, you can be cute while also being the protagonist of a horror movie.
I see.
Yeah. Sometimes, you get that Stockholm syndrome.
Uh huh. Yeah. So romantic. Mm-hmm.
He is romantic. See, that's nice.
Fantastic. Oh god.
And my church, my Gothic church, it was because of Collabor had this theme for Halloween last year, and I was like, this is my chance to make a Gothic church, neon
Uh-huh.
stuff.
I love it.
Yeah. I definitely like the
creepy.
neon. That would also work really well with like a dark environment. I like the way
Yes.
that you dressed it up in the
Let's see. I can make
picture,
it
but
dark
yeah,
in
that
here right
worked
now.
really well.
Let's do that.
Mhm.
Well, the
Yeah.
mirror goes weird on me, but I like. Oh no, there it goes. It's settling in. I like the neon against the mirror. That's really cool.
I do too. Yeah. And the way that the candles interact with those stained glass panels is really nice too. Very cool.
This is what I enjoy making, but obviously I cannot be, dark the whole year around because
Can't do that all the time.
you can't do that. Yes. So whenever I have the chance, I'm gonna make something creepy. Yes.
Okay.
I like that.
Very cool.
So are you
I love
touching
that.
that couch?
What? No,
Are you-
No, it's me, because it was black.
Okay, because it's like I was just camming over there and it was changing, and Tour is notorious for doing that.
Oh,
Like
I-
if
well,
it's
it's true.
clickable, he's going to change all the colors.
Yeah.
all the hats in here work
Yeah.
because obviously,
Of course.
which is fun because I have to come back. Like I come back a week, once per week, to change all the hats to lighter colors because whenever I come back, everything's black. Everything's black. I was like, who has the time to come here and change all my hats to black? But I guess it works
customers.
because
They want
it's
to see
because
them
I guess
black.
people really like black. Yep.
It's blackness. They want it black.
Yes. That's why
give-
I have to offer black.
I'll give you this idea. Do with it what you want or don't. It could be interesting to set up when you have these out like this and you have the HUD interactive and such, to also just drop in a little script in those HUDs to make it, if they haven't been interacted with in an hour, to just
True,
randomly
yes.
set the color.
Yes.
And that
yes,
way
yes.
everything would kind of be always changing a little bit. Slowly.
Yes, that's a good idea. Look, there's a chandelier there. Do you want it?
Oh, where's the chandelier? Oh, this one in the Gothic church.
With the Gothic cathedral, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's Gothic, but it's also modern. So this is what I meant. Like the candles are supposed to be electric. They're
Yeah.
not, like old school candles. So
Yeah.
that's how I try to always bring the minimalism into the more old school stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's a good example.
I see that. If memory serves, my chandelier was like a crystal chandelier. Like it
Oh,
was,
wow.
it looked really like rich. It was very rich in prims. But yeah. Thank you for calling out the chandelier.
So since I have you here, this is something that Consuela and I kind of banter about pretty often. When naming an item, what triggers these names, like Kaio, Perjantai, the different collection names, and obviously in your case you actually also include the name of the thing, so you have collection, the name of the thing, but sometimes, especially with clothing, it's just the name of the collection it's from. That's not helpful at all. But
we even have that same struggle looking for a chair. Like you can put on your inventory
yeah.
chair, but if it's named like Lucian, I don't know.
Yeah, or Edwin
Right.
or something.
Yeah.
It's like, you're killing me.
This whole is finished. You started with Will because he said that it was Scandinavian, right? So Finnish should match the names. It should match the aesthetic. So I make the name, I choose the name, that is, I translate it, I guess, because I'm not Finnish. And I always put the description, even if it takes longer, right? Because it's very tedious to come up with names with every description, But I know that people have like bloated inventories like Consuela.
Yeah.
So it's easier to type either the name, obviously you're not going to remember this Finnish name.
Nope.
Right.
But if you type chair, at least there's like a small description right by chair, like desk chair, dining chair, so you know what you're raising. I also like to include the ads. I know some designers don't include the
that's
ads,
helpful.
but I appreciate finding a folder and then I check the ad and I'd have to rest it out.
Yeah.
You're
So I
very
can-
considerate, Captain.
Yeah.
I like that
I
a
try
lot.
to be.
Yeah.
But like, what actually brings about the collection names, like as just names and not just descriptors? Like, I'm not mad about it. I'm curious when this trend started. What does it mean to creators? Because I don't, as a consumer, I don't always. It doesn't flow. Like, I don't ever understand the context for the naming of a thing when it's not a descriptive name, if that makes sense.
It's also unproductive to name something the same thing all the time because then even if your own inventory as a creator, you're trying to find something and then it's just t-shirt. Okay, but which one?
Fair.
I actually have that stuff myself, I don't usually change outfits. I changed the outfit for this interview. It's probably gonna stay like this for 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I appreciate when they just put some kind of small description right besides the clothing, because a
Right.
t-shirt can be a t-shirt, like you can
So it's
tell what
more-
it is.
Yeah, so the naming is more just for your own kind of asset management as a
Yes,
creator.
mi-
Okay.
Mine, yes. I try to give an actual description, even if the name is like 5 words long.
Yeah.
But I like it for myself, yes.
Okay. Interesting. I appreciate that. Okay, so what about are there any projects that you have always let me preface this. Knowing what you have said about yourself, I do not believe that there will be an answer to this, because you seem like the kind of guy where if you want to do a thing, you do the thing. But are there any projects that you've dreamed of or wanted to do and you would love to build sometime but have not yet attempted to do so?
I mean, back in time when we had anxiety, we built all sorts of scenes, all sort of skyboxes, and obviously I cannot do that anymore because they don't fit into my store.
Mm.
I cannot make a creepy basement because it's not blackness, right? But I would like to build an actual house, an actual black house that is everything is black. It has like 2 stories, but buildings are always time consuming.
Right.
It takes a lot of time, yeah. So I cannot focus on doing a house that is that big because I need to do other stuff. I
So
actually only
maybe
made
more
one
of a
big
living.
house.
Okay,
Yes?
sorry. Oh,
Well, I was saying that I actually made one big house. It was with Will, and it's still up there in the demo area.
Hmm.
But yes, unfortunately.
So that might be something more like if you could ever pin something down, maybe like
Yes.
a collab with another creator to do like a fully furnished house or something like that.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Would you like? Are there any creators you'd be open to doing that with? Like, I know you're a little intense to work with, but like, if it's not like someone working on blackness specifically, maybe that would be easier to do collabs or something.
I think the only one who would be willing to do a collab with me will be Will right now.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But you might be surprised. There might be other folks out there who would be totally open to it. That just this is one thing that I also kind of wonder is, it seems like sometimes there's some creators of course know each other very well, but there's
Yes.
also kind of, y'all are super busy all the time, and there might be opportunities out there that you aren't even aware of.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Ships passing in the night sort of thing. So who knows?
I mean, also creators are very, they just keep to themselves most of the time. So
Yeah.
it's
Well,
hard to
it's a lot of work.
create dialogue. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about the future of Blacklist? How do you see things progressing over the next year or years? Just steady as she goes, to use C terms, or do you have any kind of reimagining plans in the works? Or
I mean, for blackness, I would like to get better at texturing myself. That's a personal goal, because I'm never gonna be content with things how they are.
Mhm.
Because, like I said, I go back changing stuff and updating stuff, but I know, as a creator myself, I look at other creators and I was like, okay, that's a really nice thing. That's nicely textured. This is a nice shadow, and I'm always gonna be myself, comparing myself with other creators, but just to get better myself, like from respect and admiration. Myself,
for
at
sure.
least. Absolutely.
And
I mean, I would like also to make more, let's say, black more blackness stuff. You know, like this section over here that I showed before.
Yeah.
I like to go back to those roots myself, just because I enjoy it more.
Well,
Like I actually have one of. I keep talking. I'm so sorry.
no, this is all about you. Please continue.
I have one of the latest collections that I have. It's called Monolith. I sort of started to change the naming of the creations,
Okay.
and I really like this one because this one is like what I envision for Black Nest. So I really want to go back to this. You know,
Okay.
I used to have these IKEA sort of mock-ups, you know, for my ads, and I'm trying to go back to that because I really like IKEA. That's another inspiration.
Okay. I'm quite partial to IKEA. Yeah.
I mean, I don't actually actively shop at IKEA, but yes.
A lot of my furniture in First Life is IKEA. I first of all, frankly, it's affordable, but also, I enjoy building it.
Yes.
And it all, there's a certain amount of minimalism in them that makes them compatible with just about everything, which is quite nice.
I do not enjoy building them.
Oh,
it's because I hate instructions. I'm terrible with instructions.
Really?
Following instructions is like my nemesis. I cannot, for the life of me, just understand. It's like I'm reading the instructions and my brain goes away, like goes AFK or something. It's impossible. It's just I cannot.
My reasoning is different. I'm just lazy and I prefer other people to build stuff for me. So I don't like to fuss with all the pieces. I'm like, I need to find someone to build this for me because I don't want to. It's just not fun.
Oh, gosh.
But I do also want to say, Captain, I would love to see what you were talking about before with the houses. Like when you had said that Black Nest really couldn't be houses, and I would disagree with that. Like I could see you could have you have so many different sections. Why not have a section that is literal Black Nests? Like here, it's a house. It's a Black Nest house. Like it to me, and then you have your decor for the houses here in one place. And even Zach in the chat said a collab, black versions of Ansu houses.
Yeah,
so,
Ansu, they're really amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have a section for builds right at the land point.
Yeah, so they already have it set to do some houses.
I've done skyboxes and stuff.
Yeah.
And I recently made another house for arcade, I believe. It was fun, but I mean, it's all pink. It's called Vista Rosada because it's inspired in Palm Springs, the kind of Art Deco minimalism with the desert and pink. So that is a whole house. See,
that is not very far from me in First Life.
That's really nice.
I definitely have been there many times. So yes, I would say that's accurate.
I really had fun and I enjoyed making this set.
I'm showing it right now. So.
I think you definitely could pull off houses. I don't think it would be disruptive to the brand at all. You just need to find a way of showcasing them.
Yeah, and the time and the patience.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Because houses take a lot of work. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because a skybox is different, right? You don't have the exterior, so building the inside, that is just 4 or 5 rooms. That's pretty easy, but like making the outside work with the inside, and those double faces of the mesh, the physics, and everything is very complicated.
Yeah. That was my origin as a creator in SL, was using basic prims, doing architecture, and that was my thing for a while. It definitely is. There's a lot of stuff to consider, for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah. What about obviously PBR comes to mind for right now, but you've been at this for a while. how do you kind of keep your finger on the pulse of different like trends within SL? Not even just technology wise, but also just what people are interested in. Um, does anything ever like alter the way that you um, the way that your own approach is? Like, do you let the trends of your customers kind of guide your own style at all, or
Well, it mostly depends on the event I'm working for, because
Mhm.
after all this time, you sort of gosh, what kind of audience goes to each event. So with that in mind, I try to accommodate the collection to the audience. Like, I'm not gonna make something vaporwave for Fameshed, right? Because Fameshed has this sort of aesthetic that is more like sober, more
Yeah.
serious. So it's like I like to accommodate. I know some creators don't care and they just release whatever at whatever event, but I like to to fit into the event. I always try.
Yeah.
I always try it, but I don't let trends dictate what I make. I'm
Okay.
also, I think, disconnected from those trends.
Fair enough.
So I don't really. So if I see a bunch of creators doing one thing, I'm gonna do the opposite.
Okay.
Because it's just like I said before, you have this outlet that you can do anything you want. Why are you creating the same thing as this other's creator?
Yeah.
Because it makes no sense. You,
Do
you also
your-
compete.
Yeah. I definitely can appreciate that.
I have, and that's why I end up with weird stuff, I guess, or stuff that doesn't really, match, let's say. But that is not gonna stop me from making it.
Yeah, I think it's all marvelous stuff.
But obviously, like PBR and all that stuff, it forces you, because I have this horrible nightmare story. I remember last year, I think in summer, PBR was becoming a thing,
Yes.
and everyone was like, "Yeah, PBR," putting it on their ads, like exclusive PBR, and I wasn't really, up to date, let's say. And I released a building. It was a building with only PBR, and most people didn't have PBR. So my building was blank. It was blank. It was just mesh, gray mesh. It was in Seraphim. It was in ads. It was in pictures. It was everywhere.
No.
It was just
wow.
blank, and I didn't sell nothing, obviously,
Wow.
because who's gonna buy a blank,
Right.
building, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you have to update yourself, because you need to keep up with the technological side, at least. Yes.
Yeah. Well, have there been any other like major disruptive technology changes that you remember over the years that really hit you?
I think we were always pretty flexible with adjusting to the new technology that was coming on. So,
Okay.
but another thing as a furniture creator is that you need to spend and invest a huge amount of money on animations, right? And with the introduction of Bento, everyone,
Oh, yeah.
all the customers were like, "But does it come with Bento? Does it come with Bento?" And I had a lot of requests, so it forces you, to update yourself in that regard as well. Yes,
Right.
like go back to changing all the engines of everything that you had here, right? So
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. That's. Yeah. It's very obvious now that you've said it, but I actually didn't think about that. That yeah, as a furniture creator, yeah, of course, because you have to buy like the full perm version of all
Yes,
these animations,
and
and those
my
are
issue,
pricey.
yes, my issue here is that I make strange stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
So I need to have the precise animation for this precise thing that I'm building, right? And that is sometimes is very hard. It's like a puzzle trying to go to different stores to find the correct animation for this. Like for example, I have my gym collection in there, and I made punching bags. And obviously you can punch those bags, but I have to go to 10 stores trying to find full perm animations that were boxing or flexing or doing a workout, all that stuff. I even have a bicycle, a treadmill that you can run. So that's very interesting, yes.
Oh, I need to get that treadmill.
It's over there where Toy Store is. I have everything organized in here.
Of course you do. So do you have like a whole gym section?
Yes, it's here. Yes, it's on the other side.
Oh,
Don't
can you
encourage
show?
her.
Can you
No,
show?
don't encourage her.
It's just well, the
Yeah,
store is
go
big.
ahead.
It's over there. Yes.
I've got my cam on you. Show us.
Well, I usually don't walk. I just come around.
That's fine. No.
As you can see now.
Oh, look,
Hold
that's the kawaii section over there.
Yes, that's the soft line section.
So
I have
fine.
a bunch of weird stuff here, I guess. I have a sofa that is a pool in case you feel like, I don't know,
Wow.
relaxing.
That's fun.
I have cats, a wave sofa.
Wow. Yeah, this is definitely
Door
stands
stuff,
out
where
in
all
the
my
store.
bushing stuff is.
Yeah.
Oh, look at those like hot tubs. Those are fancy.
Yes,
Those are.
and I think I'm getting there. This is if I get there, my Verna collection is more like Art Deco stuff. So I have it all together, so you can see
Look
it.
at the gym
Oh,
stuff.
everything.
Oh,
And this
that
is the gym
so
stuff.
nice.
Everything is animated.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can go and try yourself. It also has props, so you can actually work out. And I had a few people sending me videos of them doing a workout routine, my stuff. I was like, that's really cool, you know? Yeah.
I love this. I love this a
great.
lot.
So like
yeah.
if you sit on the punching bags, you can actually box, of course.
Yeah.
And the treadmill is there. You can go, you can run. You actually drink water. I like to make props. I know they're very time consuming, but it gives realism to
Oh no, it absolutely
the
does.
furniture.
And I definitely appreciate you
I love
doing
this.
that and picking out animations that are
I
very
love
specific to the
that.
item. Like, I mean, again, as a consumer, it's very obvious when a creator has just, they're like, okay, it's a chair, I'm going to use my chair animations, done. And I know, some animations you can just always get away with reusing, but
Yes.
it is nice when, like, you pick out specific ones that fit that particular chair. Like, if it's a chair with no arms and you're throwing in
Exactly.
a bunch of
Yes.
animations where
Yeah.
you're like leaning back against the arms, it's like, what's happening here?
Yes. I'm very picky about that stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see Consuela running and drinking
Yes,
Yeah,
I
I
love
do.
this.
and wiping the sweat.
Yes. So you didn't make the animations, you bought them.
No. Yeah, I actually go to 10 or more stores. I always go to the place, even if he's shady or he's old. But I mean, I've gone to some weird places to find animations.
Yeah.
But I really like giving the realism to the stuff I create. I mean,
I like that too. These are great.
They are.
I actually have an Art Deco photo booth in there that you can actually take pictures. Like this, poses done to sit on the photo booth and take pictures yourself.
I love this. As tour moves me far, far away. Anyway, I love this a lot. I didn't know you had workout equipment. I'm going to pick some up.
Yes.
She's just being a brat right now.
No, it's true. I love workout equipment. Trying to lose a baby weight.
So that's
Yeah.
Yeah. She's looking.
So
to get
that's
her
what I
face
meant.
Smashed into some cake. Anyway, that's what you meant.
I mean, that's what I meant by having a collection and then adding to the collection and
Yeah.
trying to complement my own line of, the whole collection. That's why I have the Verna here, the Toy and the Bushin, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you show me where the builds are?
Oh, yes, he's here. But we need to go. See.
Mhm.
This is an oversized bear chair.
Oh, I see here. Okay.
Oh,
And these are the builds in here.
okay. Very good.
And so these are full builds, like skyboxes?
Some
Oh,
are
no,
skyboxes,
some are on land, yeah.
but some are builds as well.
Very good.
Oh, very nice. My dogs are so barky right now.
I like the Kulua house. That one's nice.
Yeah, that one was made with Will, and it took us like 1 year to finish.
Wow.
But it's pretty nice. That one is pretty.
Yeah.
Which one is that one? Where am I looking?
Bottom right.
It's
Bottom
corner,
right.
yes.
Okay. Oh, I see that. Yeah. Okay. So you think you might make more houses in the future then, Captain?
Yes, I will try because I really like it. It's just time consuming, but
Yeah.
I will try. Yes.
Right.
We actually made a huge store. We use this as a store, but then we also sold it for another creators, and you can actually have a store in there. It's a Stapa structure.
Yeah. I like these. So I definitely look forward to seeing what you come up with. And I think having a building that matches especially some of this
Yes.
this like style would be, I think it would look very classy. Very nice.
I will
So,
try
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so looking back over the long history of Black Nest, is there anything that you think you would have changed or done differently, or everything perfect, or just happy with the mistakes that have been made?
I mean, I wouldn't change it because I like that Blackness was created by Will and myself.
Yeah.
And I think I learned a lot. I mean, when he left, he sort of put me in this position that I was like for the first time alone doing everything, and it was challenging. Obviously, it was a lot of stuff thrown at me that I never done before. But I wouldn't change it because we only thrive when we have to do the impossible, and that's what's for me too.
Oh, that's a nice quote.
Yeah, that's very good.
So yeah, that's my philosophy, I guess. I always try to do harder stuff or more complex stuff, not in a sense of the mesh, like try to do stuff that is out of my style
Yeah.
and try to bring it into the minimalism
Yeah.
without
Well-
losing the essence. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I mean, that even shows in your soft line because, like, as out of like as out of sync it seems with the rest of the store, it still has the shaping quality of Black Nest. Like, you can still see that evident in it. So, yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, well, I definitely have appreciated this kind of getting to know you and dig into Black Nest a little bit. Is there and sometimes I like to just put it out there, is there anything else that you would want to add, talk about, or even ask us, or
no, I think I held you guys here for 3 hours already.
It hasn't
I know I
been
talk a
three.
lot.
It hasn't been three.
it's only been two. It's only
Yeah.
been two.
Oh, 2. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
then we can stay here then.
It's, it's definitely flown by though. I really appreciate your your candidness, and your approach is very refreshing and very different. Like I do think that you have a unique talent or unique way that you engage with it, because it is, more than a job. It is definitely a just raw passion that drives you. And for folks that maybe are susceptible to burnout, if
Yes.
I don't know if it's just something innate with you or if it's a mindset that can be learned, but that seems like that would be phenomenally useful to have.
I mean, I understand because, like I said before, Will and with
Yeah.
anxiety too, they just go burnt out, and
Yeah,
they get burnt out so fast, and it
I
just
think most
was
people do.
worse. Yeah, it was worse because I was pressuring them, and they were like, "No,
Right.
that's not how we work in here."
Yeah.
So yeah,
So,
maybe I'm a workaholic. I don't know.
I mean, maybe, but like I said, it could just be that you're in this mental space where doing the thing energizes you more.
Yeah.
And I think that's a beautiful thing. So it's, and like just to touch on it, I know we've mentioned it in previous streams, but it's always really, really enlightening to get to kind of peel the curtain back and see a little bit more of what's going on with the creator, like with their process, with their mindset, with how they engage with stuff and what they're trying to do, what's actually inspiring their creation. So as consumers, we rarely get to actually get that fuller picture, but I think it adds so much. So really, really appreciate you taking the time to chat with us.
I appreciate it as well because I know creators. I mean, customers don't really approach the creators. I'm very open. I mean, if anyone wants to talk to me, my arms are open. I can explain things. I know sometimes creators like to gatekeep stuff, or like, don't do this because I do it myself. I don't especially care. Like I said, I had this creator here 2 months ago trying to do their store like mine. Okay, go ahead, man. Whatever. This is nothing particular. It's just a gallery thing. But yeah, I understand that some creators are very, secretive with their stuff. I'm really not. Like, if they want help, I will help them. I mean,
yeah, but even saying that, like, I think so genuinely, consumers, just by and large, we do not feel like we feel like approaching a creator is like would
bothering
be
them.
bothering them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so generally speaking, well, of course, unless it's someone who's just wanting to throw a tantrum for who knows what reason, people tend to just be like, oh, they tend to keep their thoughts to themselves. But I think this is a useful, or hopefully is a useful forum for kind of getting to ask some of the things that I think many people would want to ask, given the opportunity.
yeah, of course. I mean, I have a group, and then sometimes we just talk about stuff. Like, I like to see this, I like to see that. Like.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Or like I said, when people ask me for stuff like, can you retexture this thing because I want a different texture? Okay, well, it doesn't really cost me that much,
I feel like the Discord servers have helped with
yes.
brands achieving
Yes.
that, because it is more conversational. Nobody feels like they're bothering anyone, and it just seems more like an invitation to have a conversation about a brand. And that I know, because as a member of multiple Discord servers, that I see that across the board, that the designers there, they're asking opinions, they're putting out polls, they're sharing new releases, they're giveaways, and it just makes more of a community around the brand, which I think is very helpful.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I know InWorld does have group chat, but group chat sucks. Lyndon's, please fix group chat sometime. Do something more with it. It is an abysmal system.
Yes.
But so yes, I agree. Discord has helped a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're trying to chat and then it closes on you we can
Right?
open this conversation. Like, what the
Right?
fuck? I was just
Wow.
talking to this person here, dude.
Also, just an inability to get any sort of
Yes.
history as to what's been being talked about. Like, it's just not there unless you happened to be online while it was happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
And happened to be like actively listening to the channel. Also, the weird thing about if you ban someone for a while, they still can chat in it sometimes for
Yes.
who knows why. Like
Right.
what? I could go on about that. That's a sore point for me. Because it seems like that would be such an easy thing. Because it's just text communication. Even doing anything like with IRC sort of protocol in the back end would just be sad. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, definitely appreciate the time. I've enjoyed getting to know you, and this is where I think I'll pass it over to Consuela.
To do my thank yous.
to
So
do the
I
thank you.
I think you have very nicely thanked Captain for the both of us, because I know I've enjoyed the time spent together. I've been looking forward to it. I know I get many comments from people who watch our videos who are just so excited for this series and getting to kind of peek behind that, designer creator curtain and getting to know the person behind the brand. It's people enjoy it. So Captain, I definitely appreciate your time and your openness today.
Yes,
Because not everybody's so open. So, which I respect that. That's no shade to folks who are not comfortable with being that open. I respect that. But I definitely appreciate your time today, Captain.
I appreciate you two coming here and listening to me rambling and stuff.
And then I want to thank the folks that have been in the chat. We had Lark here with us, and George and Zach, very active in the chat today. So thank you for being here live with us. And then I want to thank folks who watch this later. Thank you for tuning in, watching our videos. Please like, comment, subscribe, share with friends. I believe the next Behind the Brand we're going to have is Caden Trey Landscaping. And then we also have Lucas Lameth lined up after that. So we're working on some additional designers to reach out to. So I always invite folks to hop in my IMs or DMs with any other designers they'd like us to reach out to, and then we can have more fun with them like we did here with Captain. So thank you, everyone. I really had a lot of fun today.
Thank you so much.
And with that, we'll see you in the next video.